that expresses itself in all this world and experience to these 5 elements of ether, air, fire, water, and earth, and through our senses and experience. So in order to be able to experience the true nature of Buddhi and Prakriti and consciousness within us, we need to purify from the bottom the elements. When they are purified within us, then we freely rise up and unite. Okay, let me see if I can do that. A few moments of some explanation. Are you still with me? Great. So I'm going to give just a little teaching and then we stop for a moment about the elements. Because it's important to understand that when the Tantra speaks about these elements, not necessarily, we're not speaking about necessarily what we know as earth, you know, the soil, or air that we breathe, or the fire that we know. There are also expression of that. At a deeper in an inner level, these are frequencies and vibration levels of consciousness. Because everything with Tantra is like Masin, is esoteric. It's all energy, it's all Shakti. So meaning that from that pure consciousness, okay, and from that unmanifest, Shakti manifests herself through the first element of Akash. Akash is the closest thing to nothing, okay? There's nothing and then there's Akash. Akash, also known as space or pure space or stillness. Give an example, light, the speed of light is slower than the speed of Akash. Light always travels from one point, a ray of light, to another point, correct? Akash is permeating everything. So it is expansion in all direction. That's the difference. So it's like you need to release the mind of having this right, left, this, rather than space. Full with Akash, with a very, very subtle, refined vibration, like so subtle that it is in stillness. So the potential for all of the vibration is there, yet it is in total stillness and it's beyond time and space because there's no movement there. Movement needs time and space. It is so still, and that is Akash. Yet it is already there holding within itself all of the possibility, you know, all of the other elements. So from that Akash, and you can see also why we speak about Akashic records and quantum and Akash and all that, because that's the most refined level of that. Okay. So from the Akash, it gives birth to Vayu, the element of air, meaning it needs to slow down its vibration a little bit to be a little bit more dense. And it creates Vayu. So Vayu is already vibration, yet it is vibration that is very free and it's not confined, restricted, again, by a specific form. Because air, air, you don't hold it in some place, because air is everywhere, correct? So that air is, that the Vayu is a very, very, very high frequency and very, very spreading easily in a movement that goes everywhere. From that Vayu element, it slows itself a little bit more and condenses a little bit more and becomes fire, Agni, okay? Which Agni already we can see in a certain form. Yet it is Agni, and fire has a form, but you cannot grasp it, correct? Like if you look at fire, it's always changing. The flames are always moving and changing. That's the element of fire. Yet it's very transformative. It helps to move from something to another. Fire, correct? That element of fire becomes so hot, so warm inside of it, and it becomes heated in a way that creates like steam. When that cools a little bit, when the fire cools a little bit, meaning again, condenses the vibration, it becomes water. Okay, water has a movement, yet it's more solid now. It contains in a place. You can put water in a cup and all of that. That's the element of water. And it moves up and down, and the sun, the moon affected by it, the tides affected by it. That's water. That's movement of water. When that water becomes more condensed, it becomes solid. And that's earth, meaning it doesn't move. It's a square. Now it's solid, it's an earth, it's a tree, it's something, it's a solid thing. That is the element of Prithvi, okay, which is that condense. So this is the descent. You're starting to see that elements are levels of descent of that Shakti. And you can go back from earth, earth, even soil, when it's so condensed and it's solid and it's a structure and it's foundation, then what happened to soil when we put water inside of it? It becomes muddy, correct? It dissolves inside of the water. And when you heat up water, when water, how you transform water, you heat it up with fire. And then when fire burns so much, it becomes like air. Okay? And the air dissolves into the Akash, upwards. So I won't go into all of this today, but for us to understand that all of these elements we'll be working with them with the aspects of yantra, which means the shape. Yantra is the sacred geometry of the consciousness of that thing. Okay, it's the pure shape in energy, in sacred geometry, is a yantra. Yantra always starts from a point in the beginning. So these are the yantras of the elements, square for the earth, and then you see the second one, water, is the shape of the crescent moon, because it's in the movement of the moon and the water. And then fire actually with a color of red, the burning fire there, and its quality of transmutation, of transforming. And then the air, it's I forgot the name, how you say the six, don't remember the English name for that. That's the fourth one. And then the fifth, you see, it's a circle, and that is the Akash. Okay, and we'll work on each and every one of them.